Hi there, welcome to the warm-up. We're going to start our warm-up in standing today. So let's just get ourselves into a really nice position to start with. So we're just going to take our feet hip distance apart. So just to find hip distance, pop your feet together, take your heels out, and then take your toes out. So you're pretty much hip distance apart with the feet. And let's just make sure that our weight is nice and equal through those feet. So we're just going to take our weight forwards onto our toes, back onto our heels. We'll just do that a couple of times. Just onto our toes, so we just start to lose a little bit of balance as we come forwards, and then back onto our heels. Then we're going to come back to centre and we're going to rock our weight onto one side, not collapsing on that side, and then we're going to take our weight onto the other side. And as we do that, you start to feel a little bit of activation through your bottom. Your bottom muscles just have to work as the weight goes across to that one side. So we're staying nice and tall. Then we're going to come back to centre and we're going to circle all the way around one way. Good. And then we're going to circle all the way around the other way. And then we're going to come back to our middle starting position, still with our feet hip distance apart. And we're going to make sure that we've got that weight evenly through the big toe and the little toe and through our heel. Okay? Nice and relaxed through our shoulders, we're nice and broad through our chest, and we're really thinking about that string through the top of our head, lengthening through the neck as we very gently just tuck our chin in. Lovely. And then from there we're going to find our spinal neutral position. So we're just going to tilt the pelvis backwards, and we're just going to tilt the pelvis forwards. We're going to do that a couple of times. So we go back, and then we go forwards. We're going to go back a bit further. So we go to the end of our range in our backward pelvic tilt, and then we're going to come forwards, end of range. And then we're going to find that midpoint between those two extremes. So we get that feeling of really pulling in through those deep tummy muscles to hold ourselves in that spinal neutral position. Also get that feeling of pulling up through your pelvic floor and activating a little bit through your bottom. Those shoulder blades at the back are just sliding down the back of our spine. Imagine they're like butter and they're just melting down into the middle of your spine to get that really nice opening up feeling through the chest and the arms. Brilliant. All we're going to do is just very gently shrug the shoulders up towards our ears and then come down slowly. We're then going to look one way, so we get that nice stretch into our neck. We're going to come back to centre, we're going to shrug up again. Good, come down. And rotate the other way. Make sure we're breathing in and breathing out. Shrug up, come down, rotate. Good. Back to centre, shrug up, come down, and rotate. Come back to centre, and then let's slowly bring our arms in. So we're just going to take our arms up into that middle position, and we're just going to reach up from one side, we're going to come down, we're going to meet in the middle. We're going to come up. So start to get that feeling of our shoulder blades starting to move, but we're still holding ourselves in that nice spinal neutral position as we open and then back to centre. We'll do that again. So we come up, breathing in, breathing out. Good, well done. And back to centre. Do a couple more. This one, the last one. Good. Now back to centre. This time as we go up with the arms, we're going to go up onto our toes. So we come up onto our toes, back down, up onto our toes. Good. Back down. And again, up we go. Slow, controlled. Keeping yourself in that nice spinal neutral position. Up we go, breathing in and breathing out. Hold it there. We're then going to go down into our squat. Good, knees over those middle toes, up onto our toes, back to middle. Down into that little squat. Good. Up onto our toes, open up with the arms. Lovely. So just get that flowing. Knees over those middle toes, little squat, doesn't need to be big, just to start with. Breathing in, breathing out. Little squat. Good. Up. Off we go. And again, stick your bottom out, knees over middle toes, open, right up onto those toes, down into your little squat, open, do one more set. So we come down, breathe, good, up we go. And relax the heels down and relax down through the arms, good. So we're going to take our palms forwards and we're just going to do our bow and arrow. So we slide that arm and then we're going to rotate around. I'm just going to move forwards a little bit because I'm going to hit that banner. We're going to take our head with us so we get that rotation and then we're going to come back, good. And we're going to do the same on the other side. So we slide, elbows high, and then we rotate round, take your head with you. So get that really nice opening up through the chest, through the upper part of your back where most of us are quite stiff. Round you go, breathe in, breathe out, come back, lovely. And again, slide, like that bow and arrow movement, elbow high, rotate, take your head with you. Hold it there just for a few seconds, get that lovely stretch. Breathe in, breathe out, come back to center. Good. Let's do one more of these on each side, round you go. Look at those fingertips, take yourself around just a little bit further. Breathe in, breathe out, come back. Last time, elbow high, round you go. Head goes with you, breathe in, breathe out, back to center. Now hold the hands there, just clench those fingers together and just push away and let your head drop so you get that nice stretch through the upper part of your back. I'll take the arms slowly up towards the ceiling and then relax the arms down by your side. And then just take the hands onto your bottom, elbows out, good. And then just look up towards the ceiling so we get a little bit of extension through our neck and a little bit of extension through our back. Slide the hands down your bottom and relax the arms back down where we were. Good. So we're going to take our feet now a little bit wider and we're going to turn our feet out. We're going to go down into our plie squat. Okay, so we're going to get those knees going over those middle toes and we're breathing in and we're breathing out. So we come down slowly and then that string pulls us right up towards the ceiling. Good. So we come down. Breathe in, breathe out, squeeze up through the bottom as we come back down. Good, lovely. As we come up this time, we're going to come up into that side bend. We're going to come over. We're going to come back down into our plie squat. So we come down slowly. We come up, we grow tall, and we come over with that arm. So we're getting that really nice stretch along those side muscles into the shoulder. Do a couple more of those. It's slow and up, over we go. Breathe in, breathe out. Come down. That lovely squat. Come up, over we go. Good. Back down to the squat, and we're going to stay there. I'm going to go a little bit lower. I'm just going to do 4 pulses. 3, 2, and 1. Then we're going to go up onto our toes. We're going to hold ourselves there for 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to push ourselves up onto our toes slowly. Good. When we get there, really strong through the core, our heels come down to the floor. So we're going to do 4 squats. Up we come. Breathe. Knees over those middle toes. Lovely. 2 more. It's brilliant. Lovely. And we're going to hold it down there. And we're going to do those little pulses. So we're going to hold it strong. Good. We're going to go onto our toes. We're going to hold ourselves on our toes. And we're going to do 4, 3, 2, 1. And we're going to push ourselves up really slow and controlled, working through the core. Heels come down to the floor. Let's do that whole set again. So we do 4 squats. Really good technique. Good. Thinking of that string through the top of our head as we come back up. Breathe. 2 more. Good. This is our last one. We're going to hold it here and we're going to do our little 4 pulses. 3, 2, and 1. Onto your toes. Hold. Keep yourself there. 4 more. 3. It's really good for your legs. 2, 1. Push yourself up slowly. Now those heels come down to the floor. Well done. So we're going down to that squat again. We're going to do that nice stretch into our hips. We're going to take the hands down towards our ankles. And we're just going to rock side to side so we ease into those hip joints. just like we've done before. And then we're going to take those hands onto the floor. You might not be able to get your hands flat. We're going to try and straighten those knees so you get that big stretch into the back of your legs, into your spine a little bit there as well. And then bend the knees, making sure the knees are going over your middle toes. Take the hands onto the ankles. Rock side to side again. Good. Hands come onto the floor. Push yourself up, straight legs. Then this time walk the hands up. Come up slowly. All the way. Good. Relax down through those shoulders. Right, let's bring our feet a little bit closer together, and we're now going to do a little bit of balance work. And we're going to really mobilise around that hip area. So remember, when we take the weight onto one leg, we don't collapse into a big heap. You're up really tall. So we take the weight onto that leg, and we're going to come into a little bit of knee flexion. Okay? We're going to come out into our hip stretch, taking our knee out to the side. Then we're going to bring the knee back to centre, and then we're going to bring it across the body. Trying to keep the rest of our body straight. Good. And we go out. And then we're just going to come across that midline. Good. Come out. It's really nice. And across that midline. Good. Out you go. Breathing in, breathing out. And back to midline. And take that foot, if you can, on the inside of the other knee, and just take that knee out a little bit more so we get a stretch, relax through the shoulders. Really let those shoulders go. Now if we can, let's take the arms up. Give ourselves a nice stretch. Just link the fingers at the top if you can. Well done. Come down slowly, nice and controlled. Now try not to put this foot down at the moment. See if we can just straighten that leg out in front of us. Pull our toes up so we get that nice stretch into the back of our leg, into our hamstring and our calf. And then we're going to squeeze the bottom. We're going to take the leg behind us. Good. And then we're going to come forwards, again bringing those toes up. And then we're going to go back. Well done. Doing really well. And come forwards. Perfect. Now don't put your foot down, because we're then going to go out to the side, cross the arms in front, and then push out. Really good. Try not to collapse onto that one side. You'll be feeling that in your bottom now. Push and breathe. Well done. Push. Good. 2 more if you can. That's 1. That's really good. Last one. Really hard work in that leg. And pop your foot down. Shake out those legs. Good. So we need to do the other side. You can really feel that in your bottom muscle if we're doing that properly. So weight goes onto that other leg, and we're going to get ourselves into that really balanced position, working through that bottom muscle, not collapsing. We're going to come up into our knee flexion. Good. Relax through the arms. We're just going to take that hip to the side. And then remember, we come back to midline, we come across a little bit. Good. We come out, get that nice stretch into the hip, but really working on your control around your pelvis and that balance on that leg. Good. Come out and we come across. It's really good. 1 more. Well done. And then we're going to do what we did on the other leg. We're going to have a go at taking that foot on the inside. We'll get your balance. Foot comes on the inside of that knee. Lovely. Hold yourself there. I'm not very good on this side at the moment. Arms come up. We link. We hold. Breathe in, breathe out. Come down slowly. Nice and controlled. Straighten that leg. Pull your toes up towards you so you get that nice stretch into the back of your leg. And then work through the glute as you take that leg behind you. Slow and controlled. Come forwards. Slide that leg forwards, pull your toes up if you can. Try not to fix with your shoulders. And then let your leg come behind you, and you should really start to feel that in your bottom. Good. Come forwards last time. Leg goes behind you. Squeeze through that bottom. Excellent work. Now come back to centre. Let's see if we can go out to the side. Back to the middle, out to the side, back to the middle. Good. Off we go. Breathe. Good. 2 more if you can do it. It's really hard work in your glute muscle. Last one. Here we go. Push, hold, and come back and relax through those legs. It's hard work. Well done. So let's do a bit more spinal movement. So we're going to do our Pilates peel down. So we start nice and tall, we're in a really nice position, our feet are back to hip distance apart. And we breathe in, and as we breathe out, our chin goes to our chest, and we start to get that rolling down feeling through the spine, taking our hands down towards our feet. So we get that really good stretch into the back of our legs. Now we're going to breathe in, and as we breathe out, we're going to slowly walk the hands back up the legs, tucking your bottom underneath you, stack each little vertebrae one on top of each other, and then open up nicely through your posture. Breathe in, breathe out, chin to chest, roll yourself down. Get that really nice stretch into the back of the legs. Breathe in, breathe out, roll yourself back up, tuck your bottom underneath you, come all the way back up, and open up through those shoulders. Let's do that again, nice and slowly. Remember those vertebrae, it's just like a bicycle chain on your bike. And we're just trying to go cog by cog slowly down. So you can go a little bit further this time. And then when you're here this time, just bend your right knee so you get more of a stretch down that left leg. Hold that there. And then switch sides. So we bend the other knee and you feel more of a stretch on the other leg. Do it again. Bend the right knee, straighten that left leg. Feel that stretch right down into the left leg a little bit more. And switch sides. Good, hold. Then come back to centre. Slowly walk the hands up the legs, all the way up to the top. Let's really open up through our posture, get that nice stretch through the front of our chests. And then we're going to bend the knees and we're just going to hug our thighs, let your head come forward. So we go into a flex position and then we open up through the posture. So we get that lovely stretch into the front of the chest. Should feel really nice. We'll do that once more. We come down, breathe in, breathe out, and then open up. So you get that lovely stretch through the front of your chest. Well done. Okay, so now we're on our backs, ready to do our mat work part of the class. Just have a little cushion underneath your head just for the start of the class. And I have got a soft ball, but you don't have to use a soft ball if you don't have one of those. So in this position, we're just going to find our spinal neutral. So we're just going to tilt the pelvis backwards. So we're flattening the spine down into the floor. And then we're going to go in the opposite direction where we take that spine in that forward motion, that pelvis in the forward motion, so we get that big gap between the floor and our spine. And we're going to do that a few times, trying to go into maximum movement. So we go back as far as we can, forwards as far as we can, and then we find that spinal neutral, which is that middle part or middle position, just in between those two extremes of movement. Okay, so we're nice and light through our feet. And again, our feet are hip distance apart. So if you're not sure what that is, take your feet together, take your heels out, and then take your feet apart. So that's pretty much hip distance apart. We need those knees looking straight up towards the ceiling. So at no times do we want your knees knocking. We want you to imagine you've got a little glass of drinks on each of those knees and you're keeping them really balanced. So we're in that nice pelvic neutral position and we're getting that nice feeling of just pulling in a couple of notches on our belt. Okay, we're pulling up through our pelvic floor and we're activating into our bottom muscles just like we were when we were standing. Nice and light through our hands and our arms, and we're trying to really get that feeling of those shoulders coming away from our ears, and we're still getting that really nice feeling of lengthening through our head with our shoulder blades just sinking nicely into the floor. And we're going to breathe in, and as we breathe out, nice and slowly, we're just going to get that really nice movement through our rib cage. And we're going to do that again, so we breathe in, good, and then we slowly breathe out. Good. Okay, so from this position, what we're going to do is we are just very slowly just going to take one foot off the floor, so we're in our half tabletop position. And we're just going to start by giving our hip a little bit of a stretch, just like we've done in the warm-up, taking that out to the side, and then coming back to centre, and then slowly taking it back out to the side. So we start to get a little bit of mobility through the hip, but what we don't want to see here is the whole pelvis moving, okay? So really important that your tummy button stays looking up towards the ceiling. Good. And we're going to do that again. Breathing in, breathing out, come back to centre, Let's do 2 more of these, slow and controlled. Nice and controlled, lovely. Back to centre, we'll do 1 more. Knee just falls out slowly, good. And then we're going to come back to the centre and we're going to imagine we've got a pencil on that bent knee. I'm just going to draw a circle with the bent knee. So just a fairly standard circle, around you go. Nice and controlled, trying to keep yourself in that spinal neutral position, nice and light through that foot that's on the floor. Change direction so we go the other way. Good, well done. A couple more if you can. It's really good. Brilliant. Now hold yourself there. Now very slowly, see if you can just straighten that other leg. Good, and then we're just going to give that hip a really nice stretch. So we're going to bring that knee across the body. So we get that good stretch into the hip. And then we're going to go out to the side. But again, tummy button looking up towards the ceiling. We're going to come across. So a really nice stretch into that hip. You get a little bit of stretch into your bottom there as well. And then we come out to the side so we get a good mobility through the hip. And we're going to do that once more. Good. And we're going to come out to the side. And then we're slowly going to place that foot down onto the floor and we're going to bend the other knee. Good. So we come up into that half tabletop. We're going to do the same set on the other side so we get our hip really nicely moving. So just take that knee out to the side and back to centre. Really important to keep that hip nice and flexible to stop yourself from getting osteoarthritis in that hip. So if we can keep that hip moving, it will prevent osteoarthritis from forming. So good to keep your hip as mobile as possible. Try and keep this knee completely still, so you are still in your spinal neutral position. And if you can't go too far with the hip movement, it doesn't matter, but the main thing is that you keep your tummy button looking straight up, so you're not cheating and the whole pelvis is moving, it's really controlled. That's good. A couple more if we can. Brilliant, then come back to centre. Imagine you've got that pencil on that knee. And we're just going to do that circle round. Good. Right round. Brilliant, it's quite nice to do that with a bent knee and then go around the other way. Well done. A couple more if you can. Breathing in, breathing out. And then hold that leg in that position, straighten that other leg away from you, keep nice and controlled, and then bring that knee across the body so we get that nice stretch into the hip. Brilliant. And then go out the other way. Keep that tummy button looking straight up towards the ceiling. Good. Knee comes across, so you get that nice stretch. It should feel really good if you're quite tight in your hip. Brilliant. And then knee goes the other way. Lovely. Come across. Breathe in, breathe out. Good. Excellent. Across we go. Good. Come back to centre, place that foot down and pop the other foot down. So we're back into that hip distance apart position. Okay, staying on the hips, so we really are feeling nice and mobile through those hips. Tummy button's looking straight up towards the ceiling. We're still nice and relaxed through those shoulders. I'm just going to let that right knee fall out to the side. So again, tummy button looks straight up towards the ceiling. Now in the middle, I want you to let both knees fall out to the side so you get that good stretch into the hips and into those adductor muscles on the inside there. Now just pop your hands on the inside of your thighs slightly there, and as you come back up, just get a little bit of resistance. It'll only be a small amount just to work through the adductors. And then you're going to do a single knee on the other side. So we let that knee fall out to the side, control, breathe in, breathe out, back to centre. Let both knees fall out to the side. Hands on the inside, Squeeze up so we get a little bit of resistance. Single knee, control, good. Breathe in, breathe out, back to center. Hands on the inside, let go. Then as we pull back up, get that resistance, good. Pull out to the side, good. Back to the middle, let those knees fall. Get that good stretch into the hips. And as you come back up, give yourself just a little bit of resistance with your hands. Last one, single, and then we'll hold in the middle. Well done, it's really good. Okay, excellent. So from here we're going to take our right leg up into the air. So we're in a straight leg position, and we're just going to work into that hip stability a little bit more. So we're then going to start that small circle. Good. So it's nice and controlled. Like a saucer size circle to start with. So we're going slow and controlled. Good. Then you're going to change direction. So it's still small saucer shape. Good. Perfect. And then we're going to start to make it bigger. So we do drop down, come out to the side, drop, and out. Good. There's lots of control work around that hip. And then we're going to come back to center, and we're going to bend through that knee. Other leg goes up, pull your toes up towards you, get yourself into a good position. Start that small saucer shape circle. Good. Nice and controlled. Change direction. Breathe in, breathe out. Good. Then make it bigger. Start to drop that leg down towards the floor. Up you go. Good. Perfect. It's hard work through that leg. You're doing really well. Keep nice and relaxed through the shoulders. A couple more if you can. Good. Last one. Come up and place your foot back down to the floor. Good work. Okay, let's see if we can take that ball and just place that between your knees. So we're going to go up into our bridge section. So we've still got our feet hip distance apart, and we're nice and relaxed through our arms. And we breathe in, and as we breathe out, we roll up through the spine. So we come up to the top of our bridge. Weight goes through our shoulders, or our shoulder blades. And we breathe in, and as we breathe out, we're going to get that really nice rolling down feeling, segment by segment through the spine. Good. And we go up again. So we squeeze up through the bottom. This is primarily glutes. Good, come all the way up to the top. If it's uncomfortable with that cushion there, you can take the cushion out. You probably shouldn't have a cushion, certainly not a big cushion under your head as you're doing your bridge. Breathe in, breathe out, and then get that really nice rolling down feeling. Getting a little bit of a squeeze through that ball. So we're working through the adductors and through the pelvic floor. Go up to the top, hold at the top. Breathe in, breathe out. Slowly roll yourself back down. So remember, we're getting that segmental movement just like we were when we were standing. Squeeze up with that bridge. Good. Hold yourself there, nice and strong. Breathe in and then breathe out slowly, segment by segment, rolling down, all the way back down to the floor. Now take the ball out, and let's just hold that ball above our head. And this time we're going to roll ourselves up to the top. Now we're just going to take our arms over our head. I've got much room behind me here, but you can probably get your arms a little bit more extended. We're going to keep the arms there as we then roll down, so we get that nice stretch through the shoulders. Good. Then we're going to bring the ball back down. Good. So I'll just move myself down a bit so I don't hit the wall. Good. So from there you're going to go up into your bridge, all the way to the top. Take the arms then over your head. Keep the arms in that position. Keep yourself high in your bridge. Then roll down so you get that nice stretch into the arms. Good. Bring the arms back. Breathe in, breathe out, bridge, off you go. Arms go over your head. Hold yourself there. that good feeling through the buttocks working, nice stretch through the arms, keep the arms there as you roll down, and then slowly release down through the arms. Pop the ball down, and from here we're going to go up into the bridge again, so we're still in our bridge set. When we get there, we're going to mobilise through that hip, work on that hip control again. So at the top there, we're just going to let that right knee fall out to the side. We don't go too far. Come back to the middle. We're going to push ourselves onto our toes, hold ourselves there. We'll place our heels back down to the floor, and then we're going to let our left knee gently fall out to the side. Come back to that starting position. Onto our toes again. Good. Well done. Let's do one more set. Take that right knee to the side. Come back to centre. Up we go onto our toes. Good. Heels come down. Left knee falls out to the side. Back to centre. Onto our toes. Hold. Brilliant. See if we can do one more set. You're doing well here. Keep going. Right knee falls out to the side. It's good. Keep really level. If you're not sure what's happening, put your fingers on the front of your pelvis here. Onto your toes. Good. Come down. Left knee falls out. Back to centre. You can really feel that in your bottom muscles. Let's roll down slowly, segment by segment, all the way back down. And let's just take our knees into our chest so we get that really nice stretch. And let's just rock and roll so you get that nice massage through that lower back. That feels really nice to do. Well done. So we'll put our feet down. Last set in the bridge. So we're going to work a little bit more through the bottom. We're going to roll ourselves up to the top. And then we're going to have a go, if we can, of just taking one foot off and then coming back down. Keeping nice and level. Other foot comes off and then we come back down. It's slow. Good. Squeezing through the bottom. Well done. And again, squeeze. Up you go. And down. Good. Up. Keep that pelvis completely level. Brilliant. Up you go. Breathe. Good. Let's do 4 more if we can. Excellent. 3. Good. 2. Keep that bottom high, don't let it drop. Well done. Excellent. Hold yourself there, keep yourself there. Roll down slowly, all the way down to the floor. Let's give our spine a nice stretch. Take our knees over to one side. Extend that top leg. Keep the shoulder blades down into the floor. Get that good stretch. Slide the leg back. Work through the core to bring the knees up. Come over to the other side. Slide the leg over. Get that really big opening up and stretch through that lower back. Breathe in, breathe out. Knees come back up. Over we go. Slow and controlled, so we're really stretching and mobilising through that lower back. Good. Breathe in, breathe out. Feet back on. Knees up. Knees over. Breathe. Get that lovely stretch. You'll feel this through the front of your chest as well if you can keep those shoulder blades down. Last time, feet come up, knees over. Last time as we go over, let that top leg fall over and you get that really good stretch into your lower back. Breathe in, breathe out. Back up to centre. Good. Okay, so from here, what we're going to do is we're just going to place that ball between our knees. And we're going to squeeze the ball, taking our hands just gently underneath our head. We're just going to roll our chest off the floor. We're going to squeeze the ball, and we're going to slowly lower ourselves down. Good. And we're going to do that again. We're going to come up, hold, and we're slowly going to roll ourselves down. Good. Keep squeezing that ball. So we're getting our adductor muscles working, which helps us really start to activate through our pelvic floor and helps us to work through those deep tummy muscles. 2 more if we can. That's good. Breathe. Hold. Good. Elbows out high, so you should still see the elbows in the corner of your vision there. Now hold it there. Take the hands up towards your knees. And we're just going to go 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. And then slowly roll down. If you need to control through your head, come down slow and controlled. Relax down through the arms. Brilliant. Take that ball out. We're now going to have a go at going up into our tabletop position. And we're going to take our feet and our knees together. I'm just going to have a go at rocking our knees over to one side. Control. Some scissors. So single toe taps in the middle. Good. Feet and knees together. Knees go over to the one side. Control. Center. Scissor in the middle. Well done. Breathe. Over we go. That's good. Center. Scissor. Brilliant. Knees over. Good. Back to center. Scissor. Knees over. Well done. You're doing really well. Into that scissor. Knees over to the other side. And then we come back to center. Relax through the shoulders and we're going to go straight into our scissors. So just staying on scissors now. Slow, controlled. Toe taps. Good. Nice and relaxed through those shoulders. Keep going, doing really well. Breathing in. Breathing out. Got 8 more. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Have a little rest. Rest through those tummy muscles just for a minute. Good. So from here we're going to go back up into tabletop and we're just going to stretch one leg into an extended position and then we're going to come back to center. Take our arms over our chest and we're going to do that really small circle as we extend through the knee and straighten that leg. So it's a small like D-shaped circle. Good. Imagine that you're just switching a switch on that wall, just on that side wall as your feet touch and you come back. Well done. This is working hard through those tummy muscles. Breathe. Breathe in. Breathe out. Well done. You're doing really well. Keep going. Extend and circle. Extend and circle. Let's do 4 more if we can. 4. Good. 3. Let's go for 2 more. Well done, you're doing really well. Good. Last one. Good. Relax the arms. Place one foot down slowly, other foot down, and you should feel that little bit through your tummy muscles. Good stuff. Okay, so ball goes back between our knees, and we're going to go up into our tabletop position, and we're going to go straight into our hundreds. Patting down, palms down towards the floor. Good. Keep going. It's 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring the palms in towards the body. Good. Up towards the ceiling. Good. In towards the body. Down towards the floor. Good. So that's 4 and 3. 2 and 1. Relax down. Take that ball out. Grab hold of your knees and roll yourself up into a sitting position. Good. So get yourself into a good position. Come up nice and tall. Think about that string through the top of your head, and let's practice our little roll down. So we're just sinking down through a few segments and then we're rolling ourselves up so we come up really tall again. We sink down, breathe in, breathe out. And then we roll ourselves up, string through the top of our head. And then we're going to practice that roll all the way down. Make sure you've got some room behind you. So we sink, we roll. You can take the arms over your head. Breathe in, breathe out. Arms come forwards, chin to chest. We roll, come all the way up. Come up nice and tall. Good. Come down. Down we go. Arms, if you can, over your head. Breathe in, breathe out, chin to chest. Start to get that really nice roll up all the way through the spine. Okay, stop at the top, come up tall. And what we're going to do is we're going to take our left foot off the floor, right foot off the floor. We're going to sink down just a few more segments and we're going to march. And we're going to do arm and leg together. Same arm, leg. Well done, you're doing really well. Good. 4 and 3. Breathe. 2 and 1. Hold yourself there and then roll down. Just hold. Keep yourself there. Roll all the way back up. Come up tall. Sink down for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. Roll yourself back up. Come up tall. Lovely. Sink down. 4, 3, 2, 1. Take one foot off. Hold. 4, 3, 2, 1. Other foot comes off. 4, 3, 2, 1. Foot down. Roll all the way back up. And then bring the hands forwards. Let the head come down so you get that nice stretch through the upper part of your back. Well done. So from here, we're now just going to take ourselves onto our sides to work our legs a little bit more. Okay, so we're now going to do our leg work and we're going to start with our clam, working on our bottom. If you have got a soft ball, place that between your feet. Get that right between your feet there. Just make sure that you're in a really good position, so get that cushion between the shoulder and your ear. Make sure that you are just pulling your waist off the floor just a little bit, still nice and relaxed through the shoulders and still trying to get a little bit of activation through those deep tummy muscles. Taking the feet off the floor, clenching that ball, I'm just going to open up so we start to work nicely through this glute muscle. Good. And we come up slowly, squeezing up through the bottom, still making sure we've got that gap between the floor and our waist. Working nicely through that bottom muscle. Good, and you should start to feel that in that glute muscle on the top here. As we slowly squeeze and then come back down. Good. And if you haven't got a ball, then you just pop your feet together. That's absolutely fine, off the floor. Now on the next one, we're going to hold at the top. So we come up, we're going to hold it there, and we're going to do our little pulses. And we're going to go for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to come down and we're going to do 4 slow clams. So we go 4, we hold, we come down. We do 3 and breathe. Good. We do 2. Lovely. Last one we hold at the top. And then we do our 8. So we do 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come down slow. We do 4 slow clams. You should start to really feel this through the bottom. 4. Well done. 3. That's good. 2. And breathe. Good. 1. Hold. Here we go. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Down we go. Last 4. So we squeeze up for 4. Good. 3. That's brilliant. 2. And 1. Hold here. Here we go. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And slowly down. Get rid of that ball. Well done. Okay, so from here, just still holding ourselves into a nice position with our head. We're going to take our arms out in front of us, but we're going to have our knees bent, so just get that ball out of the way. And what we're going to do is we're going to do our sliding, so we slide into that arrow, get that hand onto the front of the chest, and we do that really nice opening up. Good. And then we come back down, and then we slide back down, just to start to get some nice movement through the upper part of our back. We slide, elbow comes up high, hand on our chest, and you can take your head with you if you want a little bit as well. And then we come back down and we slide. This time we're going to open up a bit more. So we get the sliding going, and then when we're there, we're going to try and open up. Breathe in, breathe out, and then scoop the arm back over. Good. Start that again. So we slide, we open. When we're there, we open up through the arms. We get that lovely stretch. We breathe in, breathe out, and then we bring our arm back down. It's really good. So we slide, elbows high. Good. Open up, and then get that lovely stretch. Breathe in, breathe out. Come back and slide. Let's do one more. Here we go. So we slide. Good. Get there, get that lovely opening up through the chest, so the chest looking up to the ceiling, and then open up through the arm. Take your head with you. Breathe in, breathe out. Should feel really nice. And then come back slowly, back down to our starting position. Good. Okay, so arm comes underneath again, so a little bit more supported with our head there. And what we're going to do is we're going to straighten that top leg. And all we're going to do is make sure that knee's underneath you, so you're nice and supported. We're just going to float that leg forwards, and we're just going to float that leg behind us. So just squeezing a little bit through the bottom. So it's imagining that that leg is like on a tabletop, just floating forwards and backwards. Then we're going to float forwards. We're going to float back, and then we're going to come back to centre, and we're going to circle one way. Good. Strong. And then we're going to circle the other way. Nice. We're going to hold that there. So we float forwards, we float back, come back to centre, we circle one way. Good. And then we circle the other way. Good. We'll do that again. So we float forwards, we squeeze behind us. Good. Nice big circle one way. Lovely. And we circle the other way. Last set, here we go. So we come forwards. Good. Squeeze behind. Nice. Big circle one way. Brilliant. And circle the other way. And then rest through that leg for a minute and just bend that knee and give that bottom muscle a good rest there. It's really good. Okay, so from here we're going to take ourselves onto all fours. Okay, so let's get ourselves into a good position on all fours. So we've got that gap between our knees, and we've got that gap between our hands. So we're in a nice position. And remember, when we're on all fours, we've always got that third eye looking through the front, sort of right through our forehead here. So we're not extending through our head or floating too much. We're in a really nice position. And we're still in our spinal neutral position, so just check that, just make sure you're pulling up through those deep tummy muscles. And all we're going to do is we're just going to slide that leg away from us, okay? And we're just going to lift that leg, so get a little bit of extension through the leg, and we're squeezing through the bottom as we walk the opposite arm forwards, and we lift. So we've got opposite arm, opposite leg extension. And we're going to have a go at just taking the leg and the arm out to the side slowly, and then coming back to centre. Place the hand down slowly, all controlled. Knee comes back down. Let's do the same on the other side. So we walk the leg away from us, extend, get your balance, lift up through the arm, hold yourself there. Take the leg and the arm out to the side, just a really small controlled movement. Come back to centre and place your hand back down with that knee. Good. Make sure you're breathing in, breathing out, check your head position, slide. Up we go. So it's opposite arm, opposite leg. Leg and arm out to the side. Back to centre. And back down. Good. Last one. Here we go. Squeeze. Extend. Good. Leg and arm out to the side. Small movement. Back to centre. Hands and knees back down. Good. So from here, in a really nice position, we're just going to go up very slowly into our cat stretch, letting our head just drop so you get that lovely stretch into the back. Then we're slowly going to go into our S shape. We curve up through the spine, and we're allowed to lift our head up a little bit here so we get that nice stretch through the shoulders and our neck. And then start from the base of the spine, start to curl up, trying to get that movement through every little segment of the spine, pushing up through the shoulder blades and letting the head go. Feel that nice stretch. Breathe in, breathe out. Go in the opposite direction. Push your bottom towards that side wall. Extend through the back a bit and just lift up through the head. That should feel good. Excellent. Last time, up into our cat stretch, rolling up into that C shape. Letting your head go. Breathing in, breathing out. And this time we're going to hold ourselves in neutral. So we're in our neutral spine position. We're going to take our right hand just underneath that left, taking your ear down towards the floor. And then we're going to come up and we're going to lift up towards our fingertips if we can. So we get that nice opening up feeling. So we come underneath. Ear comes down towards the floor, palms looking up towards the ceiling. We really push those fingertips to that side wall. Breathe in, breathe out. Come up and look up towards your fingertips. Good. Here we go. Last one. Push. Nice. Come up, lift up towards the fingertips. Good. Switch sides. So we go on the other side. Hand comes through. Fingertips towards that side wall. Get that lovely stretch. Breathe in, breathe out. And then try and open up, look up towards your hand. Down we go. Through. Good. Ear comes towards the floor. Breathe in, breathe out. And then reach up. Good. And again. Through we go. Breathe in, breathe out. Lift up. Good. Last one. Here we go. Ear towards the floor. Breathe in, breathe out. Lift up. Good. And place that hand back down onto the floor. Okay, toes go underneath us and we're just going to have a go at pushing ourselves, just hovering those knees off the floor. So we hold ourselves there. See if we can do it for 4, 3, 2, 1. Let the feet go. Slide back. Come back up. Good. Toes underneath us. Hover. See if we can go for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly down. Toes under us. Slide back. Get some flexion. Last set. Here we go. Last 8. Toes under. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly down. And back we go. Back up into that cat stretch, get that good stretch, and then extend. And then very slowly walk yourself around. So you've got the other leg on top. Good, okay. You need that ball, if you've got it, to start with. So we start with that clam, just like we did on the other side. So fold that cushion, get that underneath the ear, and between the shoulder and the ear. And then from this position, you're going to take our feet off the floor. Remember, you've got that gap between the side muscles here and the floor. So we're not letting ourselves just sink and collapse into the floor. We're really thinking about pulling up and activating through that those tummy muscles. Okay, so we're lifting up through that top leg and then coming down really slowly. Trying to start to get some activation into that outside bottom muscle. Good. Breathing in. Breathing out. Good. Just start with that nice slow clam. Just trying to find that muscle and get it working. Brilliant. Well done. And then this time we're going to hold at the top and we're going to do our 4, 3, 2, 1. And then we're going to come down really slowly. Good. And then we're going to go for 4 slow clams. So we go 4. That's good. 3, and breathe. Good. 2. Perfect. Last one. Hold at the top. Here we go. Let's go for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come down. Go for 4 clams. 4. Brilliant. 3, 2. Good stuff. Well done. Hold. Here we go. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, down we go. 4 clams. Keep squeezing that ball, keep lifting that waist off the floor. Good. 2 more, slow and controlled, squeezing up through the bottom. Brilliant, last one. Hold it there, 4, 3, 2, 1. 4 more, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold and come down slowly. Take that ball out, well done. Okay, bend the knees. Make sure that we then take that pillow out and just pop that between the shoulders slightly there so we've got some support, or get yourself a bigger cushion. And what we're going to do is slide that top arm so we get that flex feeling. Hand comes onto the chest and we start to rotate the top half of our body. Good. And I'm going to come down, just warm that area up. I'm going to come forwards a little bit so I'm going to hit my banner. So we come up, slide, rotate. That chest looking up towards the ceiling. Breathe in, breathe out, and then come down. Good. Let's do it again. So rotate. Excellent. This time we're bringing the arm. Give that a good stretch, and then we're going to bring the arm straight back over. It's time to bring the hands back together. So we slide. That's that bow and arrow movement. Hand on chest, rotate, open up. Good. Get that really nice stretch. Breathe in, breathe out as the arm comes back. Lovely. Should feel good. So make sure you're getting that rotation. That tummy button stays looking forwards if we can. Good. Just make sure you are supporting your head there, and then we just get that lovely stretch. Good. Let's try one more of these. So we slide that top arm. Now it's high. Breathe in, breathe out. Open up. Get that lovely stretch. Good. Feel that in your chest and through the shoulder and through the upper part of our back, and relax down. Well done. So take that arm back so it's underneath, and then what we're going to do is we've got a bent underneath leg and we've got that straight leg on top, and we just start to float that top leg forwards, and then we squeeze through the bottom and we float the leg behind us. Good. We float forwards. So imagine that's just like a tabletop. We're floating the leg forwards and backwards. Brilliant stuff. And again, you should be feeling that in that bottom area. Nice. Good. Well done. So this time we float forwards, we float behind, we come back to centre, and we do that circle. So we circle one way, circle the other way, keep the leg there, float forwards, squeeze, float behind, come back to centre, circle one way, good, and circle the other. Good, and you should start to feel that in that leg. Float forwards, breathe, squeeze that bottom muscle as you go behind. Small movement, so you're still in that spinal neutral, still feeling that waist being pulled off the floor. Good, well done. Excellent. Last set, here we go. So we float forwards, good, we squeeze behind, big circle one way, well done. Big circle the other way. And relax that leg down and stretch out through that bottom and just give yourself a nice rest there. Good. So let's do a little bit more mobility through our hip and give our hips a really good stretch to finish off with. So we're going to come up into our sitting area and we're going to take that one knee in front of us, just like we've done before. We're going to come up tall and we're going to get that chest to come over that knee if we can, so we get that really nice stretch into our bottom and into our hip. And we're going to walk our hands a little bit towards our foot, so we then get that stretch a little bit more into our hip. It will feel quite tight, and into the groin area a bit. And then we'll come back over our knee and we'll just reach forwards a little bit more with our hands. Good. And breathe in, breathe out. Slowly bring yourself back up. Take that hand behind you and then push up, and we get really nice through into that stretch. And you should feel a bit of a stretch in the hip here as well. Good. Nice and tall. Breathe in, breathe out. Slowly back down, come back down to centre. Take your feet in front. You can cross the feet if you want. Just come forward so you get that nice stretch there. Nice. Take the legs out in front. Come up nice and tall. Roll yourself down, taking those hands down towards your toes. Hold that there. That chest over those knees, or that direction. Breathe in, breathe out, come up nice and slowly. Reach up and relax. Let's go again. So we go chin to chest, we roll down. Get that nice stretch into the hamstrings, hold yourself there. Breathe in, breathe out. And then walk yourself back up, roll up, and then come up. Let the arms come down. Do the other side. So other knee comes in front. Good, so remember, chest comes over that front knee. Walk the hands down, just ease yourself down into it. Good. Hold that stretch, you should feel that into your bottom area a little bit. Should feel good. Take a nice big deep breath in and out. And then walk the hands towards your foot a little bit. So a little bit uncomfortable into the hip. Hold it there. Feel that a bit more into the groin and the actual joint. And then bring the chest back over and just reach forwards a little bit more with the hands. Hold yourself there. Nice big deep breaths in and out. And then walk the hands back. And push yourself up, reach up, come over into that side bend. So you feel that really nice stretch. Hold it there, breathe in, breathe out, slowly back down, all the way back down to the floor. Well done. So from here we're going to come up onto our hands and knees. Just going to give our hips just a bit more of a stretch. So we're nice and mobile through our hips today. So we come up into that kneeling position. Good. And what we're going to do is just lean forwards into that stretch. Okay, now if you want to increase this stretch, you can take your hands down to the floor here. Just ease yourself forwards. Good. And hold that there. Keep yourself in that stretch. Keep feeling that stretch right into that hip flexor area. Good. Just ease yourself a little bit more and hold. Nice big deep breaths in and out. Slowly walk yourself back up. That back arm comes up. And we take that hand over so we get that nice side bend. Still working through the core, keeping our balance. We come down. And then I'm going to switch legs. So this leg comes underneath us. And the other leg comes forwards. Okay, get yourself into a good position, come up tall to start with, and then lean forwards so you start to feel this stretch into your hip flexors. Take your hands to the floor and ease yourself forwards. Good, and that's a nice stretch into that hip. You should have really mobile hips after this session today. We've done lots of hip work, which is really good. Ease yourself down just a little bit further. Breathe in, breathe out. Good. Slowly bring yourself back up into that upward stance. Take that back arm up. Come over into that side flexion so we open up through the spine. Breathe in, breathe out. And then slowly take that knee underneath you. Well done. So you're going to bring yourself up from your toes underneath you and roll up into your standing position. Well done. You've worked really hard today.